wanted to make this video so that I could describe what is the answer. And the reason why I want to describe what the answer is because so many of my white brothers and sisters have this thing about being guilty, talking about racism. I mean, if you really want it, if you really want the answer, and if you want to hear what you can do, pay close attention. First off, this is first, is to stop feeling guilty and start doing something about it. You have the power. You've always had the power in this country, okay? So there's no need to point to the generations whom were guilty of slavery. Let's start talking about the ones that are here now today with us, who still have the power and can do something, okay? And the things that you can do are vast, but they're also personal in a sense. The second and most important thing that you can possibly do, which is what I believe is probably one of the biggest factors that will let people know early on you're serious, is to stop letting human beings be killed. Okay, now the first one, which I didn't mention, was to stop feeling guilty and replace that guilt with doing what is right and setting a system that is so bent against a person who has color or pigmentation of skin. Reparations will go a long way. Sure, you've heard it. Sure, people are wanting to, discuss it or kind of warm up to it while people are constantly dying from the system that we currently exist in. Is that you devise whatever plan it is that you can put together that gives African Americans who are linked by their DNA to slavery, which is myself and a lot of others who are at least 50 or more years old. The other ones I'm not sure about because our immigration laws are what they are. And so the thing that needs to be looked at the most is what you can do now to make sure the individuals who are here, that are with us, that are, I don't know, still existing in the system, give them something concrete. Give them, I don't, I want to say at least 2,000 or more a month, which I'm sure a lot of people would laugh at, but I mean, it's a start. It's a start. That's all I'm saying. It's somewhere to begin the journey of getting out from under the very thing that you all complain about all the time, which is, I'm just too ashamed to talk about racism. It is so far beyond me. And so coming from someone who watched his grandmother and people her age and older struggle, they weren't into the things that people are in today, so they lived a good, long, healthy life. But I mean, they struggled. And we shouldn't have to struggle. Not in this country. Not when, and here comes the biggest insult, not when something can take place outside of these borders and you start pouring money on the situation when you and I both know that money can be used to right a really bad wrong here, a wrong that continues to tell African Americans and people who basically are dark pigmented like myself that you really don't care about our lives. Where does the term Black Lives Matter come from? It comes from the heartfelt feeling that my life doesn't matter to you, so nothing matters to me. Nothing matters to me that you want to present after that. My life don't matter to you? I'm just as much of an American as you are. I was born in America. I served in the United States military as an aviation boatswain's mate. Nothing pains me more than to say that I don't know how I feel about my country, but I do know that my country doesn't like me or people that look like me very much. It's a rare occasion I can turn on a television and see anyone as dark as me. Anyone. It doesn't exist. I mean, I love some of the dark folks who have come through the television system, but I mean they're far and few in between. Anyway, the problem is getting reparations to those who are alive. The problem is creating new laws and standards and amendments that stop police officers from killing African Americans upon contact with them, upon seeing them. It's a kill campaign that needs to stop. Mass incarceration and locking folks up under manufactured evidence needs to stop. One of the most important things that I've seen recently that I believe is another telltale sign of how things are is when a black person will have an account at a bank and they won't let them do service there. They won't, they do something stupid. They say that a check is not real or something stupid when you and I both know exactly what it is. I'm going to post this because I want everyone to know that the answer is helping. It always has been. That's as simple as it ever will ever get. When you don't help each other, when you have a general interest in hurting someone just because they're different, that means your country has failed, your system has failed, your so-called democracy has failed. As long as it's allowed, it's failed. But if you dare start doing something for people, setting things right, I mean, could have been to Mars 2 or 3 times by now. All the money that's generated here with all the things that we create. Now they're talking about light speed engines. You could have had them 30 years ago. If you just was right, if you started doing things right, treating people right. I mean, look, we're just not learning about things as far as black people are concerned. We're just not learning about things that we black people contributed to, and so much more that's been swept under the rug. The United States is not a good country, and to Tim Scott, it is a racist country. Get it together, Uncle Tim. You sit in a position of power. You can make yourself 100 times more of a politician or But no, you'd rather jump right directly on the white supremacist train and say, "Ooh, look at me, I'm all for it." When you shouldn't be. You should be on the correct side of history. The history that wants to include, that wants our country to be as proficient and as efficient as it can be militarily and in every other field that you can think of. So with that, I'm done with my rant, which was longer than any other time probably. God bless you guys. We'll see you.